Hello, YouTube. I know this doesn't look like much to most of you watching. It just looks like a rice cooker cooking. But for me, it is a major accomplishment because this rice cooker is actually cooking off the vehicle's generator, the $90 generator that I bought, the 2800 watt, really about 2600 watts. But I don't know if you can hear the noise. But the AC is running on full high power right now. So that means I can run the rice cooker and cook rice while the AC is running. Now, if I try to do the microwave, I know I'll blow a circuit because I was doing that even when I was hooked up to the RV park. I know the vehicle's a mess. My apologies for the mess. But I actually have the air conditioning blowing cold air right now. Oh my gosh, this feels so good. It's like over 80 degrees outside right now. So this is set for like a little bit below 70, but I can actually chill in here and have the rice cook while I'm resting in the RV, enjoying the nice cold AC. Now, all power systems are up, so you can see the wall is up. I don't know if turning the TV on might blow a circuit. It may. Let's try it. We'll see if we can do functional. That means I can enjoy a little bit of TV. So if the TV comes on and we don't blow a circuit, so TV is on, which means we're still below the 2800 threshold. I'm not going to try running the computer yet because that's going to be like another 50 watts. But for now, let's just try to watch TV while we chill. And then I'll try the computer. I'm basically trying to see how many appliances I can have up and running before the circuit breaker blows on the generator. But it's going to allow me, what it's going to allow me to do is be off grid totally and running the systems off the, let's put this onto a TV so you can see something. See that the TV does work. And we'll put it on mute here. So you can see the TV is working. I can sit here and lay down. Oh, this feels so good. That means I could be out in the wilderness somewhere in the middle of nowhere and have the air conditioning, the vehicles, the RVs overhead, rooftop AC blowing cold. It's not set on low, it's set on high. So it's blowing really strong, cold, ice cold air at me right now, even though it's still kind of hot in here because it's been hot all day. So it's going to take a while for the air to circulate and blow cold. But basically, now that I have this working, I'm just pushing it to the limits to see what all I can run. But I can run the TV, which means I can watch TV. I'm going to try to hook up the computer and have the computer running and watching a movie, because that computer is what I have set up as a media player right now, and it's running Linux on it. So I have some digital movies. Once I get that working and the sound working, basically the RV is functional. But, you know, every appliance you turn on ends up using more power. I've been reassessing the situation with the refrigerator, and because I'm not living full-time in it, I don't think it makes sense to turn the refrigerator on for one day and then shut it off. So what I'm going to do is when I go out on the weekends, I'm going to freeze some water or juice from work. I'm going to buy like a gallon-sized container, 2 of them, freeze them at work in the freezer, and then on Friday take them and put them in the RV on Friday afternoon when I take the RV out. Hopefully the frozen jugs will last through the weekend, and at the end I have like water, so I can keep doing that. It's going to cost me about $1 for water and maybe $2 or $3 for juice. So I will have water that I'm taking, drinking water, that I'm going to freeze and take it with me to keep food cold. I won't have freezer access, but I'll have refrigerated access, even in the freezer side, so I can use it as a small a small refrigerator, and then the big one down there. So I'll have two 1-gallon water things that I'll take with me. So $2 for ice for the weekend. And afterwards, that ice becomes drinkable water. But as you can see, this is up. Now it's a matter of trying to get the computer going. So let me turn the computer on and see what happens. Alright, as you can see, I actually have Star Wars Return of the Jedi on right now. And sound is on, but I turned it off. I wanted to make sure the sound was on and working, so I'm able to watch and listen to movies. This is like, oh my gosh. I am so stoked right now because the house, the little tiny house on wheels, is off-grid capable and functional, actually usable. So I'll be able to watch TV using the computer to run digital videos, possibly run the DVD player. I don't know how much power that will take, but probably won't trigger it to go over. Although I'm nearing max, I'm pretty sure. But I'll be able to watch TV. I'll be able to cook food while I'm enjoying the air conditioning. Now, the only issue will be gasoline, seeing how much gasoline it will take. But right now, this is using 300. Basically, you have to kind of do a little math in your head. I know this is like 300 watts. I think the air conditioning, when it's running, is about 1,000 watts, maybe a little bit more. Maybe 1,200, 1,400 when it's running, the big unit here. Maybe even as much as 1,600. If it's, let's say 1,600 watts after the initial surge. So 1,600 watts plus 300, that's 1,000. I mean, that's 2,000, right? Then I have about 500 left, which is enough for me to run like the computer and the sound and the TV. And possibly even the light here. I could probably turn that light on, which is 120 volts. I'm not going to bother trying to turn it on right now, but it could, if it blows a circuit, I know I went over. But basically, I know I've got a little bit over 2,000 watts that I can use when I'm off grid. I could possibly even run the refrigerator, but I haven't tested that yet, and the refrigerator was blinking, so I don't know what was going on with that. It may be not working right. I'll have to diagnose that. I've been busy just trying to get all the lights and everything else, all the electrical wiring working and all the battery systems. So right now, system is operational. The vehicle's not running. The sound you hear is indeed the generator making all the electricity for us to enjoy all this. And I'm going to be able to cook food. That's the main thing is... I'll even be able to use the microwave, but see, the microwave is 800 to 1,000 watts, maybe even as much as 1,200 watts. So I know if I try to run the microwave, it'll blow a circuit. So I'm not even going to bother trying it because I know it'll blow the circuit. But what I can do is wait for the rice cooker to finish cooking, or I can even have the rice cooker still cooking, but I could turn off the air conditioner. And I know I can use the microwave, which is what the plan is. I do have some food that I bought from Dollar Tree. I know it's sitting in the freezer, but it's not really frozen. No, it's not on. I just had the food sitting there so it wouldn't start cooking on its own because it's so hot in here. But I have I decided to buy this Pierre's boneless pork riblets. Yeah, boneless pork rib shaped patties with barbecue sauce. So I bought 2 of these packets, and they are supposedly microwavable. I also bought some pumpkin seeds for my little squirrel friends. But anyhow, I bought 2 of these packets because I'm planning on eating it with the rice. So I'm going to have these $2 worth of boneless riblets with some white rice. And I was checking the ingredients to see if it actually had pork, and sure enough it does. It says ingredients: fully cooked boneless... What was that sound? Something just dropped. Just heard a pop. I don't know what that pop was. That's not good. Trying to figure out what popped. Something popped. Anyhow, I have the... I was trying to figure out what popped, but basically it has mostly pork in here because they list ingredients by order of appearance. You know how much the more something is, the earlier they listed. So it has mostly pork. So it's supposed to cook for 2 minutes each packet. So I'm going to put them both in there and try to cook it for 3 or 4 minutes. Probably 3 minutes. Because you're supposed to run it. It says microwave for 2 minutes on high power. Carefully removed as product will be hot. Open the end of the wrapper. So you're supposed to cook it in the bag. Just open the end of the wrappers. So I'm going to open them both up. Put them both in here and set it for 3 minutes for 2 packets. And hopefully that'll cook it up to eat with the rice. But I am going to turn off the air conditioning when that happens to make sure I don't blow the circuit, and then try to get the AC back on. Now, I had to turn things on in a certain sequence. I turned the air conditioning on first. I had the whole I had the whole board here, the whole circuit breaker, all turned off. Underneath here, there's a circuit breaker for the RV. That was all turned off. All those switches were all turned off. The green one is the main one for the whole RV. The red is for the air conditioning system. So I had everything off. I turned the green on. Well, I started the generator. Then I turned on the green. Then I turned on the red. Then I turned on the actual air conditioning. I came over here and I turned this on over here. Put it on, I put it on cool and low mode. Then after it ran for a few seconds, like 30, 40 seconds, I put it on high mode to make sure the circuit wouldn't blow. Then I came back down here and turned on the rest of the other circuits, the other blue buttons. I turned them on one at a time to make sure things weren't popping. You're gonna see the one on the end has been left off. That one is a power converter that reduces 120 volts down to 12 volts to charge the vehicle system. You know, so if I flip that down, it'll actually start going beep, 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 not cooking, but making noises, because it's going to be converting 120 volts down to 12 volts to try to charge the vehicle's leisure battery system. And I'm not having it do that right now because I might try it, but I don't know. I'm afraid of possibly frying the batteries, but also converting the power may use a lot of power. I might lose some watts and it can end up tripping and stuff. And the other reason for not having it up is by leaving it in this mode all the time, other than when I'm on shore power, completely on shore power, I know that I can plug in, let me show you the plug outside. Please pardon the mess here. I am still in process of cleaning. The reason it's not being cleaned is I've been wiring and doing all these experiments. So you can see that's the battery system up there. It's off right now. It's not used. That white cable right there runs along the wall here, around the whole RV to the back, and actually goes up underneath the bed and out the side. Let me show you where everything is in the magic, where everything is happening. This is our little our little generator that is running right now, generating all that electricity for us. You see it's not too loud. It is loud, but not super loud. But this is the white cable for the inverter system, and you can see it's not hooked up to anything because inverter is not being used right now. We're not using battery power. But this is the RV's cable, and it has an adapter on it, that little blue thing that converts between 30 amps to 15 amps, and it's plugged in right here to the 2800 watt generator. So that's this little guy right here is what's running the whole show right now. And the reason I have that power converter that converts 120 volts down to 12 volts off is because I can simply just plug that white cable outside to the RV's cable and get the same kind of effect, minus the air conditioning. I did try it out. I tried the whole system out with nothing on but the air conditioner, using the vehicle's power battery system and the 2000, that's only a 2000 watt inverter. It was not enough. It did not generate enough electricity to run this overhead air conditioning, at least to start it up. So sadly I can't do that, but even if I did, it wouldn't last very long. The battery would drain so fast. So it's not really economical to try to run air conditioning off a battery bank unless you have like literally more than 1,000 amp hours. I only have like 400 amp hours. I figure at most it might run it for 15 to 30 minutes, maybe an hour, before the AC has to be shut off. So the rice cooker is done at this point. So that means this is now done. So what I'm going to do is turn off the rice cooker by hitting that switch right there, and you can see the rice cooker is now disconnected. So the power is off of the rice cooker. Air conditioning is continuing to cool down the vehicle, but I'm going to shut it off because now I'm going to try our microwave. So what I'm going to do is shut off the air conditioning for a moment. I'm going to go to off, put that on low. Okay, so right now the only power that's going on is the TV, and the sound for the TV, which we're just running right now. This is just a test. So this is probably about 100 watts or so, but I have everything still hooked up and everything should still be working. Basically, I just have the air off for a moment because I'm trying to conserve power, because I'm going to put it all into the microwave. So I'm going to load up the microwave with these two things and start the microwave and cook my food. At least that's the plan. We'll see what happens. So the riblets have been opened up. I've ripped the bag. You can see what the riblets look like inside. If you've never seen this stuff before. Basically chunks of meat. So I got the riblets in there. I'm going to try to set this for 3 minutes. It's supposed to do 2 minutes per packet, but there's 2 of them in there. I'm going to give it 3 minutes. So I'm going to say 3 minutes. Oops, let's clear that. And 3, 0, 0. That's 3 minutes. Start. And the microwave is running. So we are totally off grid running a microwave. The circuit hasn't blown, which means the TV should still be running right now. The only thing I had to do was just shut off the air conditioning right now because that uses high power. But you can see this is doable. I'm going to be able to live off grid like this. You know, it's like living off grid, but not really. Living off grid, but with a computer, video games. I'll have Wi-Fi, internet connection. Basically, you're off grid, but not really. I think more important than being off grid is being able to generate everything myself. So, like right now, all the electricity and stuff you're seeing that's running everything is being generated by me, well, the generator. But it does cost gasoline is the problem. The electricity that we're using right now, I didn't truly make by myself. I had to use gasoline in the generator. So the question will be, how long the gasoline lasts? Will it make it through, you know, like on a weekend? How much gasoline will I go through? That will determine the operational cost of having this luxury of microwaving food, running air conditioning, watching TV, possibly streaming videos if I have if I set on my Wi-Fi hotspot using my phone. And you know, let's say I won't have it, but I can actually stream what's that TV? Pluto TV, I think it is. But if I wanted to, I could possibly get on like Netflix or whatever, or even Disney, and then stream that through the internet and actually be out. You know, as long as I'm able to connect on a phone service, cellular service, I could have Wi-Fi and actually watch movies and stream and stuff out in the middle of nowhere. So this is a major milestone for Good Enough. Good Enough is becoming much better than good enough. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I am going to let this food finish cooking. It's got 48 more seconds left to go. Then we're going to go ahead and enjoy our little meal here of cooked food. Once the microwave finishes cooking, I'm going to go and turn the air conditioning back on. I'm going to try to turn it on and hopefully... But see, right now, the TV and the computer is on. So it's going to be a real test. Normally, I have everything off and I turn the air conditioning on first with everything else disconnected. This time, I have the computer on and the TV on before I start up the air conditioner. So we're going to try that out and see if that works, because that was more practical. Otherwise, what I have to do is shut everything back down. Okay, the food is done cooking. So at this point, food is done. I can smell that. It is hot. The food is indeed done cooking. So what we're going to do is try to start the air conditioning back up. I had to shut it down because I know it would blow the circuit. You know, no need to have it blow the circuit. So at this point, we didn't do anything. All we did was shut off the air conditioning. But I'm going to try to turn it on and see if it'll come on. So I have it on low because I don't want to jolt the system. Set it on cool. And it's blowing cold air again, but on low mode. TV is still working. So everything is still working. And now I'm going to try, and hopefully it doesn't blow a circuit, but I suspect it might. If it does, TV will disconnect, everything will shut off. So let's try it. Ready? And it switched to high without blowing a circuit. That is awesome. Because with it able to do this, able to switch between cooking food or cooling down the RV, I have a real home that's off-grid and with full power, including enough to run air conditioning. which is a major thing. The only other issue will be, you know, for full-time living, running the refrigerator all day. But if you were going to do that, you really need probably solar panels to keep the system charged up. Of course, if you were running air conditioning, you could keep everything running off gasoline, but then, you know, I don't know how much off-grid you are if you're having to run gasoline, because that's, you know, something that you can't really make. And of course, running air conditioning, and even like this, even though I would be living off grid, I'm still dependent upon gasoline to use for the generator to make it run, so that I can generate electricity. So in a way, you're not truly off grid, but at least you have the ability to generate electricity enough to run air conditioning, enough to run a microwave, enough to run the TV and the computer systems, and have it function as if I was on gridded power. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you found it informative and helpful. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to help this channel out, be sure to share this video with those who you think might be interested in this kind of stuff and how to do it. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you hit the subscribe button for this channel. Tap the notification bell to get notified of the latest uploads. If the notification doesn't work, you'll want to check back daily, because I do upload videos daily. Until next time, everyone, take care. God bless you all. And it's dinner time. Pork riblets and rice. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye now.